What's up, everybody? Welcome to Normieville.
Well, we call you normies.
So in this particular production, I want to talk about the recent layoffs at ESPN. Now, just in case you missed the names of the people that got laid off, that got their pink slips, I'll leave a list up here real quick so you can see it while I'm talking. But in any case, there were several people that were recently let go at ESPN in an attempt to really pretty much save money for the company amid budget cuts, losses from movies and television shows and all those things with Disney. A lot of people had to get cut. Now, this doesn't even include maybe production staff and other people. We're just talking about anchors on the network. Well, Stephen A. Smith went on his podcast, The Stephen A. Smith Show, and I'll leave a link to this clip in full in the description box. But he went on his Stephen A. Smith Show yesterday, and he was speaking on the recent mass deletions, most notably in Baltimore here lately. He spoke about black-on-black crime, and toward the end of his podcast, he was speaking on the recent firings at ESPN. Of course, he has to speak on this because, number one, he works for ESPN. He's a star, and people want to know if he actually might be one of the ones to get the axe as well. Well, he started on talking about some of the people that he knows personally that were let go. Of course, Jalen Rose, Keyshawn Johnson, and Max Kellerman. And when I play this, he'll be talking about Max and then going to the ESPN layoffs. But he ended with Max Kellerman in this particular segment, and he went on to speak specifically about the terminations at ESPN. So I want to talk about it and give my opinion as well. This is a little more of a 2-minute clip, but because it came from YouTube or was a clip from YouTube, I got to invoke my fair use clause. So cue the disclaimer. Let's now play the clip.
I would not hesitate to help him. Just because I don't want to work with you directly in a debate show doesn't mean I didn't want to work with you. Doesn't mean I couldn't have worked with him covering a boxing match. Doesn't mean I could.
Don't worry about what's in the cup, because it's not just juice.
With him covering a UFC match. Doesn't mean I could have worked with him doing Sports Center, a Sports Center segment, or somebody else. I'm just talking about a 2-hour debate show. I wanted a different partner. That's all. I wish the brother nothing but the best. But if we're going to be real about it.
Here we go. Listen carefully.
Let's deal with reality. This ain't the end. More is coming. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, I could be next.
I want you to hear that one more time, just in case you might have missed it. All right, let's go back.
More is coming. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, I could be next.
More is coming, and I could be next. No, as I have said before, which I thought that Stephen A. Smith was safe.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Because Stephen A. Smith seems to be the chosen one at ESPN.
You were the chosen one! It was said that you would destroy the Sith, not join them!
But it would seem as if no one is safe at the network, that even Stephen A. Smith might get cut. And he'll actually give very good reasons why he actually could be one of the ones that get cut.
Let me tell y'all something. Don't ever, ever, ever in your life as a black person take anything for granted. I told you before, when white folks catch a cold, black folks catch pneumonia. The Neil Everett's are gone. The Jeff Van Gundy's are gone. The David Pollack, outstanding college football analyst. Love him. He was one of the casualties. Todd McShay, college football analyst extraordinaire, especially for the NFL draft. He's part of the casualties. Love him. You didn't think black folks was going to be on the list too?
Of course, he has to put a racial component to this. I like Stephen A. Smith's takes. Some of them good, some of them not so much, but yeah.
That's always the case. And the one thing that I can tell you about Stephen A., this ain't 2009. I really didn't see it coming. My eyes are always wide open now. I'm never comfortable. I never take anything for granted, and I never assume that I'm safe. And First Take's #1, and been #1 for 11 and a half plus years. I would not.
Now, again, I will leave a link to this full podcast in the description box, but he goes on to say that, you know what, he's not even the highest paid guy at ESPN. And that's true. He does have the highest rated show on ESPN via First Take. He is the executive producer of First Take. But Stephen A. Smith is not the highest paid anchor on the network. All right? And he points out later that the highest paid people, the highest paid anchors on the network aren't black. Doesn't matter. The fact of the matter is, Stephen A. Smith, what he's telling everybody essentially is that he is also expendable in this layoffs and this campaign to bring costs down at ESPN. And like I said, I thought that Stephen A. Smith would be one of the ones that probably more than likely would stay because of his star power on ESPN, on First Take. A lot of people listen to him. He also has the morning show. He's also a anchor on, I think, a couple of basketball analyst shows. All right. But this also alludes to one thing. A lot of people were saying, well, you know what? If Stephen A. Smith said this, is it possible that one Malika Andrews might get the axe?
Yeah, bitch. Yeah, bitch.
I don't advocate for anybody to lose their jobs because everybody deserves, in my opinion, to have some type of livelihood for themselves and not for their families, okay? But in my opinion, if there is one person on this network, well, a couple, but one specific, if there's one person on this network that has performed their duties in such a gross manner as a sports analyst, and yes, I'm mispronouncing that on purpose, it would be one Malika Andrews.
Enemy spotted.
So we'll see. Stephen A. Smith says that the layoffs are not over, that he himself is not safe. He sees it coming. He also explains it's because of, the business and the climate today and, times have changed and all that, which I totally agree with. And he also says it is what it is. I also agree with that. All right. Everything's a business. Budget cuts have to be made for the sake of the company. Apparently nobody is safe. So let me know what y'all think about that down in the comment section. Thank you for attending another episode of Normieville. You know me, I'm just a normie here to bring you the latest and greatest in sports news, entertainment, and politics. Let me know what you think about this down in the comment section. And please, please hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, and the notification bell on your way out of the door. And I will see you on the next video.